Okay, so this is my shout out video to my YouTube virtual soul family, whom I love and adore and vouch for and advocate for and respect and have so much gratitude for, because without you guys, I wouldn't even know how to finish that sentence because there aren't words that exist. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to start with truthers, okay? The activists, social reform, politics versus religion type of justice seekers of the world. Some of the best channels that I have found on YouTube. And this video, by the way, is just YouTube. It's not any other internet or social media platform or any backdoor resource or anything like that. Strictly YouTube. So I'm going to say a huge shout out and gratitude and definitely vouch for Naughty Beaver, John X Army, Leak Project, even though the shameless plugs for services and products. You know, when you're a traveling journalist and living out of your vehicle to get the best, like, most important news, you got to do what you can do to survive and eat on the road and live. So Rex does a really good job with shameless plugs for products, but hey, everybody's got to eat. Let's see. So we've got prophecy and translating ancient scripture and texts would be probably Global Witness, Kingdom of Truth, Colleen Minter, and then spirituality, light workers, coaches, guides, mentors, teachers, would be Soothe the Glitch. He is no bullshit, tell it like it is. Awesome guide and hysterically funny, down to earth, real. We've got Why So Serious, Sirius, like the planet. She is a quantum visionary and very knowledgeable in events of quantum realms. Super smart. We have Fascinating Fairy, awesome holistic coach and teacher as far as chakra healings, workups, things like that, meditation, light language. Bridget's 5 Tarot. She's an awesome tarot rune reader, as well as a soul sister to me. We're both kind of currently exploring personal things having to do with our true ancestral origin, as well as motherhood and children and 3D life circumstances and limitations and things like that. And Genevieve, she is a northern friend of mine and a soul sister that speaks how it is and doesn't sugarcoat anything, real and authentic. Love her so much. Let's see, we have who else? Oh, I get other reports as well from PBS regarding political events, and then Rome reports, so I can get news on like the Vatican, as well as Sky News and space, SpaceX, even NASA, and we'll go into my opinions on that agency some other point. White House affiliates, BBC affiliates, and then I do, and I'm going to say this every single time because I do not, no, recommend the dark web or outdoor resources on the internet because it is a scary, evil place to be. Unless you know what you're doing and you have any kind of knowledge of coding, chains of information, antiviral spam malware, and incognito preferences, and you know how to navigate through a computing system, don't even try it. And the filth that's out there is really disgusting, and you don't even want to look at it. Okay, like one of the things in the Bible that it talks about is the fact of your temple being kept clean, and your temple is your mind. And whatever you see by what you look at, what you choose to look at, what you hear by what you choose to listen to, what you speak, what you choose to say or not say, what you think, what you choose to focus your mind on, how you feel, how you choose to let an emotion cause whatever reaction in you. That's what it means when it talks about keeping your temple pure and holy, is because the more filth and perversion and corruption and darkness and evil and negativity and stressful things and nonsense, garbage, junk, filth that you put in here that pollutes this mind, which is capable of so many awesome, powerful things, that will be expressed by you in some way. You're either going to feel a certain way because of what you've allowed in here, or you are going to say something that's coming from information that you've taken in here, or you're going to feel a certain way because of how you've processed this in here, and then you're going to express it to others. So by being mindful of what you look at, what you choose to listen to, the kind of music, the messages, are you filling your mind with junk or useful information, good things or not so good things, helpful things or hurtful things, important, necessary, educational things, or junk, filth, waste, garbage, nonsense, you know? So we are all responsible for our own choice. And then even when we are not, like let's say you have a child who is not at home and they're at someone else's home and they are allowed to view pornography on the internet at the other place. Well, your child didn't ask for that vision to be in their head or that image to be in front of them. They just happened to be in a not so good situation with lack of supervision, and now that's in their mind. So, you know, as a child, they don't know how to perceive, break it down, understand, or, you know, judge whether it's something good or bad. They're just like, okay, new thing that I never wondered about. Now that's in my head. I got to try to figure it out. So let's say you are a closed-minded parent and you read the Bible in your house 7 days a week. You take your kids to church every Sunday, but you don't talk sex, you don't talk relationships, you don't talk marriage, you don't talk right versus wrong. It's just, you know, we are not going to discuss things. Well, then that kid is going to know they can't go to you. They can't get the information because they're going to be made to feel shame for asking a question or judgment for asking a question simply out of curiosity and trying to solve a problem or an equation. So they might go to a religious leader or a teacher or a peer or a neighbor or a daycare provider or whoever, or an internet resource, a stranger, okay? And they're going to find out one way or another. So, got off track with that one there, but I just want people to realize that on the internet, especially the internet, it is so mismanaged. There is no accountability. There is no supervision. It's like no holds barred. You could be 4 years old and you could go on the dark web black market and look up child trafficking and pornography. You could be a 45-year-old predator and go online with a fake account and a pseudonym and a fake icon and thumbnail and say that you're a 12-year-old girl and act like, just to lure that kid in. And there's just so much. It's just so much. And people are really just unaware of the types of grand scale deceptions and tricks and traps and thievery and constructs of slavery and mind control and subliminal messages and so much deception and corruption out there. And I'm talking, it could end up being your neighbor, your family member, relative, a celebrity you look up to and admire, a political figure, owner of a multi-gajillion dollar corporation, a leader of a country. And that's the problem. People are real quick to sell out, hurt others, cause destruction or damage in pursuit of their own lifting up or their own self-survival or their own fame, fortune, riches, glory, recognition, following. There's just no way that I'm going to leave this planet with my kids having to exist in a society of complete surveillance, police state, and the blotting out of anything good, right, holy, just. Not going to happen on my watch. And so, I got to do what I can do while I'm here. And I try every day to just make good choices, be the best kind of person I can be. And every time I trip, stumble, fall, mess up, make a mistake, I get back up, I suck it up, I roll up my sleeves, and I dissect that experience and say, well, what was the shortcoming, or what could I have done differently? Try to figure it out. And it may happen overnight, may happen in a decade. One way or another, I find the best solution to all problems and equations, and then I try to live them out. And I'll never claim to be perfect or holier than thou or always right or better than anyone else in any kind of way. No human, Homo sapien, earthling, human being has any authority, whether they are given a title or not, to execute judgment in any way or rule over another. And my kids are not going to be existing on prison planet, martial law and freaking no, with the internet ruling. No. And I know to society I'm a nothing, I'm a nobody. But we're all somebody. And my advice is, don't ever judge a book by its cover. You never know how important one of the least in a community could turn out to be, and how small one who was thought to be a great could turn out to be. It's all about backing up what you say, practicing what you preach, walking the walk, not just talking the talk, and being real, even if it's at the sacrifice of yourself to benefit others on whatever level. If you are always from a place of doing for others without regard to yourself, you're probably making a pretty good choice. If you are doing things more for yourself in disregard to another, poor choice, probably, right? And I don't know. I know my mission. I know my purpose. And I don't know the future, just like no one does. So anyone out there that's claiming these dates of events, and because being that Earth is a free will zone, that means that at any given moment, any one sovereign, singular being that is part of the collective whole can make a different choice just like that. So by that one little choice, like let's say you're driving in your car, you turn left, you made it home. You happened to turn right, you get in a fatal accident. It's like that any little decision has a different course of action. And, so it's like give or take moment to moment. And, so it's time to start speaking up. I've really been struggling with getting on the camera and just sucking it up and doing it. And then I keep being nudged and guided, like, how can anyone learn if there's no one to teach? How, if you can't speak on it, how are they ever going to learn? And I'm like, yeah, I know. And it's just sucks, like, in 3D, doing it alone, like, just, so much you wish for, like, just a partner, like somebody to collaborate with and study at night with and swap notes and, like, you're just always in here and you're just talking to yourself all the time, basically. So, and I guess that's what kind of set me in motion too, was my court hearing. And I'm just really sick of my ex and his lawyer trying to attack my character and my integrity and my intelligence and my faith. And one of the things they kept shouting out is in my custody hearing is, I want her to have a mental evaluation, a psychological evaluation. And that's the defense, is attack my sanity, right? And so the lawyer says, oh yes, there's reports of you having visions and talking to God. And I sat there at the table, no lawyer, representing myself, and I said, so you're telling me that dreams and visions and prayer are illegal or against the law now? Give me a freaking break. Sit down, And just trying to concoct these things. And even the way the lawyer looks at me with this judgment, and I'm like, bitch, you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. So I said to the mediator, I said, if wanting wrongs to be righted, truth and justice, the health, happiness, safety, education, nutrition, protection of my children is a crime, then consider me guilty. Like, I'm so over trying to always justify who I am, explain why I am the way that I am, try to prove things to people. No. My beautiful, gifted, empathetic, awesome, kind-hearted, generous, super smart sons are the living proof of the kind of mother that I am. Number one. Number two, getting up today at 42, not dead from suicide or overdose or depression or alcoholism or addiction, and having conquered these things and survived homelessness and being physically disabled and rejected by society and failing government agencies that are supposed to provide for their citizens that are failing, and being the victim of abuse and emotional trauma and fear and things like that, PTSD. I'm alive. I have a smile on my face. I have hope for the future. I try every day to wake up and make a better choice. And I don't let the fear of an abuser and their manipulation and control tactics and intimidation and threats work on me anymore. Like, I've faced death and overcome every traumatic experience. I'm like, dude, you don't scare me anymore. So I'm not just going to roll over and die. I'm going to rescue my kids. So is what I say. And then when I do things like that, or if I curse, oh shit, I'm going to hell and I'm not a true Catholic as these people, and I'm like, all right. Cup, watch, nose, ring, fingernail, pillow, shit. It's another made-up word. Okay. It means feces, fecal matter, poop. Okay. I don't know. So I guess according to the standards of society, I don't fit in. Well, good, because I wouldn't want to. And I'm going to be me. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to be authentic. And I don't really give a shit what other people think. I just want anyone who's honestly really seeking the truth and can tell, like, somebody when they're being honest and real and can appreciate that and is really seeking knowledge and really has questions because they really want to know. Or maybe they are suffering through an obsession or an addiction or codependent behavior or something. Or maybe they have survived death too, or they want to explore galactic and cosmological phenomena that hasn't been solved yet. Or maybe they have issues in school and they're dyslexic or autistic and they are trying to learn in an environment that isn't conducive. So they just want to know, hey, I'm going to go to that down-ass chick Jen because she doesn't judge me or condemn me. I've asked really embarrassing questions and she was just like, gave me the straight up answer and said, I hope it helps you. And if you don't agree, just do your own research, I guess all I'm really seeking in this world is someone to believe in me or have faith in me or believe that I am capable of doing what I say. And especially that you would think the people that have known me the longest, because everything I've ever said, I have done and still do. So it's like, I don't know. I guess people are just so used to other people lying to them all. They just don't know what to believe. Can't blame them, So here we go, off topic again. This is why I always do 42 million videos and I get off topic. But I told you guys that I would be compiling all my notes, and I have been. So I have like a bunch of topics. Okay, and the most important one, okay, truth time, the one I've really, really been putting off because a scary topic, but it must be spoken about. And it has to do with radiation, okay? And carcinogenic things. And that's going to be my next video. I've just been trying to break it down to describe what happens during radiation exposure and some of the things we face on a daily basis, and that we are imminently in this world on Earth right now in 2019, with the tension between nations right now, very much on the doorstep of nuclear and, you know, atomic. And you know, people just need to be aware and prepared and safe and guided, and that needs to be done truthfully. And I'm just gonna suck it up and do it, because every time I get on this freaking camera, I get like stage fright to the 10th degree, and I just like am immobilized in fear, like, oh my god, nobody's gonna understand what I'm talking about, what do I do? And I start like all the self-doubt and everything comes in, and then I procrastinate and I put it off, and I'm like, all right. So you know, I've just really heavily lately just been being nudged toward facing my fears and conquering them and overcoming them and gaining strength to do it, and just reminding myself that it's not about me. The reason I do this is for you. And like I always say, if I could just help one person to not have to suffer one of the things that I have gone through, amen. Because, you know, it's like life hacks, I guess, you know, truth, knowledge, wisdom, light, healing, freedom. Love you guys. Next video, important topic. Might want to grab a cup of coffee or two. Much love.